Go ahead.
What's up, everyone? I'm Jared, RC Landon 027. I'm here with the doctor himself, Dr. Darold. Is that your Marvel name?
No, but it's okay. It's allowed.
We're here to continue our MRE exploration from around the world, but we're settling a little more local this time.
Yep.
We're not doing anything we can't read, which is a big plus.
Oh, yeah, that helps.
So you want to just tell us what we got going on today? What do we got going on here?
So first of all, we've been talking about them for a long time. We finally got our hands on some good old pizza MREs. These have not been field deployed just yet, but they finally got approved. They were supposed to have been field deployed last year, and I read that that there was a whole bunch of problems between the lab version and the mass production version, and somehow some of the tests at the lab version.
What kind of problems?
Passed.
Uncontrollable vomiting, or like?
Well, you know, it's the USR. No,
gastro.
It was discoloring, and it was looking kind of unappetizing.
I'm just curious, so that I can diagnose my symptoms in the next, 48
hours
when I'm trying to purge this mystery pizza out of my
I have been
system.
only eating salads for the past week, and now I'm going to eat this. It's going to be really bad.
So many problems. Only salad for the past week is problem number one.
Well, I was doing a lot of traveling, and I gained a lot of weight. Anyway, let's not talk about my weight.
Yourself. Well,
let's not talk about my weight.
That's rule number one of MREs.
Don't talk about your weight. Well, no. I mean the calorie intake, right? So anyway, so sorry. Getting back to that, they've been working on these for a long time, and they were going to release them last year, but apparently the mass production version had a slight production problem, so they ended up having to reformulate it one more time. And now in March of this year, they announced they finally approved of these things. So it should actually be entering the field by the end of the year. But of course, companies can resell what they sell to the military, to the civilians. Mm-hmm. So of course, when everyone heard that there's a final approved product, they immediately started selling it. So we managed to get our hands on them. They were not apparently all that easy to get.
What's funny is most soldiers...
Arlette, who's not here, is nodding.
Yeah. What's funny is most soldiers probably have no clue this is a thing.
Oh yeah, I'm
you know
sure.
what I mean? Like they're gonna get an MRE box one day and there's gonna be pizza and they're gonna be like, oh, that's interesting.
Hey, pizza.
Or they're gonna be like, oh, pizza.
Yeah. So my understanding is that pizza's been requested in MREs for the past 30 years
by soldiers.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They started maybe not MREs, but they want pizza and they're in the field.
Well, that's the difference is we want pizza.
Yeah.
And the Army's like, well, we'll give you MRE pizzas, and they're like, I don't think that's quite what we're asking for.
But
we want deep dish, we want New York style, we want Little Caesars at this point.
I was gonna say I don't think Domino's delivers to out in the field.
Well, that's the problem we should solve.
Yeah, well,
right?
Actually, they probably would.
We're attacking the problem too late in the line. We need to go to the source, which is delivery.
See, this is how game developers think. Right?
Exactly right. Amazon, do a drone, drop a couple pizza boxes. We're in good shape.
So apparently R&D felt that they could finally start approaching this problem in 2012, which is already like 20 years after people have been requesting it. And it then took them another 6 years to get to this point. So apparently not an easy problem to solve.
Not easy.
But if you think about it, it's because not only is this a slice of pizza, it's a slice of pizza that has to survive 3 to 4 years storage at 80 degrees centigrade. Fahrenheit. Mm-hmm. You have to be able to drop it out of an airplane. It has to survive all these things, and it still has to be edible. Well,
arguably, out of all those things, the edible is the portion that's up for debate. So I guess we'll be testing that today to find out.
Meals ready to eat is the U.S. designation for these one-pack meals. And unlike the European rations that we were looking at before, instead of a 24-hour pack, this is a per-meal pack. It's supposed to be over 1,000 calories, I think 1,400.
Rule number 2, we don't talk about the calories, but
1,300 calories, 1,400 calories. Well, that's only for the one entree, so I think the total pack is supposed to have like 1,300, 1,400. So three of them.
This looks great. I was like 250, but then I was like, oh yeah, there's other things
in there. That's just the start.
Jack that calorie count up.
Yeah, and I guess the part of the reason why they did this, and this is only cursory, me reading on the web for just a couple minutes, but is one of the big problems that they find is that people on the field tend to not eat enough calories because they're eating on the run.
Sure.
Yeah, or just they're tired or they're busy or whatever, and the meal is not necessarily appetizing enough, as we're having the discussion.
That's right.
That they don't really engage in it. That's why they keep researching like different types of food and different entrees so that they can get people motivated to eat all of their food and then get the necessary calories so that they're not like losing calories while out on the field, which I guess is a big problem.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, it can be hard to like, have a really physical day and then sit down there and force yourself to eat something that you're not that excited about. We, however, are really excited for vegetarian taco pasta.
So if you watched our German segment, I believe that you had said that the one type of menu that you didn't like were vegetarian.
They're hit or miss. Like actually, the pasta, like the vegetarian pastas are usually pretty good. So this one probably won't be that bad.
Okay, I'm opening it now.
But like, there's a veggie breakfast one, I believe.
Yeah.
And it's like the best part of breakfast is the bacon.
Yeah,
so,
Yeah, well, and it's just found it funny that after you said that, this was the only one available.
Well, I think someone is out to get us. I'm not gonna say any names, but
yeah.
I have the feeling there were probably some other options, and we chose the vegetarian. Yeah, sure. Arlette, who's not here, she swears that.
And I should point out. Oh, and I opened it from the bottom. Did. But anyway, this is definitely civilian packaging, as you can tell. Military packaging. Actually, this is a big controversy, right? Like the military packaging. Military packaged German rations that we had last time too are technically not for resale. So there's a big debate about, well, is it actually legal to buy these? And apparently, because so many of them are available on eBay. I mean, just go to eBay and Google it, right?
Right.
And so what happens is that there's no technical law, but the Army strongly discourages it, obviously, because then. Yeah, it's different from like a soldier who had an extra one from an exercise, trying to sell it on eBay for some money. I mean, that's still technically a problem, but not that big a problem. Whereas you could have instances where people are stealing whole cases and then selling them for profit.
These usually come in, I believe, 20 a case.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, there's like
12 or 24, something like that.
Yeah,
or something like that. Something like that.
But like you said earlier, they're having a problem with getting soldiers to eat these. Don't add a monetary value to that problem, right? Where it's like, do I want to eat this right now, or should I sell it and try to make a few extra bucks?
Right. And
so that's I'm sure that's an Army regulation. Just like with anything, you're not supposed to sell anything.
Yeah. So I don't think it's a law, but it's definitely in the Code of Justice type stuff.
Right, what do we got here?
This
feels like the pasta.
That's the pasta.
All right.
Vacuum sealed crackers.
Always good.
And then what do we have here?
This is the color that the normal MRE comes in, not this clear case.
Yeah,
usually.
this is what we think of, and when I started collecting these, this was back in the '90s when they first started them. The idea was that we would probably be engaging in the Pacific or in Europe. So believe it or not, these were dark brown, and they were green.
Okay.
So which makes sense, right? And but then because we were engaged in the Mideast so much. The packaging color changed appropriately because, it sounds stupid, but you don't really want your food stuffs giving you away. And
no, it's not too terribly shiny. Yeah. You got carbohydrate, electrolyte beverage powder, grape.
The way the military does.
AKA
like
Gatorade.
Gatorade, yeah.
So.
Oh wow! See, so this is the difference between when I was collecting these and now. Is that this is like a bottle? Is that normal or is this civilian?
I don't remember seeing anything like this.
Yeah,
this is applesauce. That's literally just all it says on here.
But it's got a very
it's packaged for quick consumption kind of. You can just kind of squirt it in your mouth and keep going there. Maybe it came with a spoon and everything.
Yeah. Okay, and we got a chocolate chip cookie here.
Oh yeah.
I heard these are good.
Oh yeah. Those go for about $5 on the basic training market. Anything sugar related.
Yeah. And then we got the accessory packet here, the standard. And like we said, the U.S. Gives you a disposable spoon. And I did double check. Yeah, the German military does issue a field kit that you're supposed to keep with you.
Oh, okay.
And the Germans do use the S-bit oven the same way that the French do.
Someone wrote that, I believe, in the comment section.
Yeah, thank you for that information. What I'll probably do is that I actually have an S-bit from opening up a French ration, so I can bring that in. Or if someday maybe we'll get our hands on the elusive French ration, we can do that one too. So this is the.
It's supposed to be in this thing, maybe?
Yeah, I think that's how that works.
Should have came in this.
All right.
I don't remember this being a thing.
Yeah, especially well, like I said, when it has nutrition information, that's a requirement by the FDA for it to be sold to civilians.
Yeah, so this is not.
They don't tend to put that. Yeah, every military one I had did not have like the litany of medical information on there. I mean,
so I've noticed we're missing.
I had to start boiling the water in advance.
I noticed we're missing matches, which are usually in these packs.
Yep.
We're missing
the heater.
The heater. There's usually like a beverage container too, although, because there's usually coffee in these as well.
What is this? You think this is supposed to be the beverage container?
No, it's usually like a white clear bag, and it's got like it's measurements on it and on how many cups and stuff.
Oh no, so this is definitely not.
Yeah, no, that's just packaging.
No. Yeah, so the civilian version's definitely simplified.
Yeah, and there's no Ranger paper.
Yeah.
Which is
the ones that I had that were from the for actual military use, they definitely had a little bit of toilet paper in there.
And it's called Ranger paper. That's a different episode. That's camping with Darold and Jared.
Let's not even go there. Anyway, so why don't we start with? Well, let's start heating up the entree because that's going to take a couple minutes.
Okay.
So let's go heat that vegetarian pasta.
Just drop it in there? No, we're using that for drinking water at all.
No. I don't drink separate drinking water.
Here we go.
So because we don't have. Oh,
that was hot.
Oh, are you okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
I have a spoon over here.
That's all right.
No, because we don't have the heating elements in there.
I wish we had that. That's a whole cool part of the whole thing.
Yeah, those are really cool. It's a pity though because I said, well, I don't want to open it up before the stream, so I couldn't check.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm sure I'll try to get our hands on one.
We'll put that in there for about 5 minutes. I think it varies. Usually, you have it propped up on a rock or your boot.
Yeah, so it comes in. This usually comes in like a box as well.
Yeah.
And then you would take the heating pack. You would pour a little water in there, and then you put that in the box. And you take that and slide it back in, and then you would kind of just lay it on kind of like I did here. Lay it on a rock here.
Like on a console controller.
Yeah, a console controller because those are abundant in the field.
Yeah.
Put your helmet or something, and then you can't lay it flat because if the water hits the entire heating element, you're going to have scalding hot food or fire or maybe an explosion. So usually you let it like this. And you would let it so that the steam could come out, and it would just kind of heat your thing up there.
That's really cool. Yeah, I've had those for camping, and I tell you, those are really neat.
They're really cool, yeah.
Yeah, because especially yes, if you're camping, you can probably build a fire, but if you're hiking, for instance, then you don't necessarily have that luxury. So let's go ahead and start with this. Wow,
that's a blue grape.
Oh, geez, I got the powder went up.
Sometimes in the Army, we would just snort these and not really worry about drinking
water.
Yeah,
so hydration's not an issue then.
No, we just needed the electrolytes. So
don't they say hydration is really important, like it's a force multiplier?
I don't think so. That doesn't sound correct. No, you gotta stay hydrated. That's why you got what 3 canteens on you at some point between 3 1-quart canteens. Like you've got a Camel pack usually that's got water in it. I've got mine at home.
Should there be more water, you think? Or is
probably it's fine.
Less?
No, yeah, it probably would be less, but it's fine.
Oops, sorry.
No, it's fine. Well, you split it in half. I don't remember what the
we don't have
the designation was. You want me to use this one in here?
Yeah.
So notice we also got a little bit. I'm just gonna set that here.
Yeah, let's use that one. I got some regular spoons.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, we're out of spoons in the office. This is the and forks. This is the usual thing by the afternoon. We're fighting over utensils here, so obviously a really well-equipped office. No,
I don't remember there being moist towelettes in mine either.
I think they are. I think it, but I don't think it was a brand. I think it was like a
maybe.
It was probably like
coffee
hand cleaner,
So this is interesting. So coffee, I do remember used to come in like what I believe was like a red instant coffee thing, and I thought, how would you heat this up in the civilian pack to have hot coffee? You can't, right?
Without that heating. That's what I'm saying. The civilian version is really different.
Yeah, so with the heating element, this would be no problem. Yeah. We've also got some salt, some pepper, some sugar. We've got a creamer.
Oh, yeah.
Name brand, Nestle.
Name brand, yeah. So these are all commercial products. So that's interesting because, like, I remember when I got the early 90s ones and then the ones specifically for the military, they did not use anything that had civilian packaging on it, but it sounds like now...
I think it's a little more common, I think it's a little more common.
They actually reuse it, so that's kind of
interesting. Well, cheers.
Cheers. Drinking blue beverages,
right? Was there no mini bottles in this MRE? Did I miss those?
No, yeah. It's not Italian.
I guess.
Oh, that's not bad.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, it's Kool-Aid.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. But this is more, you said it's Gatorade, right?
Like, I'm assuming that's what the electrolyte.
Oh, you said it was
electrolyte infused.
Yeah. So
drinking. The Army's so technical with their naming of everything.
It's blue. I don't know what this taste is supposed to be. Is it fruit punch? It's
supposed to be grape, is what it said.
Oh, is it grape? Oh.
It's kind of there.
Okay, I taste it, but it's not a strong grape taste. It's kind of like, it's like your typical energy rehydration drink.
Mm-hmm. I think it's supposed to be strong electrolytes.
Yeah, so that's good.
We're going to toss that. I guess we can move on to the crackers then.
Yeah, let's do the crackers next.
How are we doing on our Our storage issue.
4 minutes. Oh. Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Archie. We go to the crackers?
Yeah, let's do the crackers.
All right, so let's see what we got here. I can tell you right now, these are not going to be as good as those German crackers were, I don't think.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's been your experience? Oh,
yeah.
But hey, look, I heard a little.
Yeah, it's a little pop.
So when it opened up, we could hear it. Oh,
see,
wow.
There's your cracker action.
Yeah, okay,
you want me to put this down?
Let me get a plate. No, let me get a plate out. We're not actually in the field. We can actually use utensils.
I mean, I guess. These are designed to be messy. So I'm trying not to finger them here. There you go. You'll pull here. Yeah, I'll just pull them out. Where we both wash.
Okay, so.
Well, we got crackers.
Comma. Oh, just
nope,
crackers.
just crackers. That's just the name.
I'll take the garbage. All right.
And we got apple jelly.
Ah.
Okay. So that sounds pretty good.
Here, let's go ahead and. So this is what the crackers. So as you can see, there's some breakage around the edges, not quite the same as the German crackers, but still not bad. And they look okay.
Yeah, they're probably about as vanilla crackers as you can get.
Well, I mean, you think about hardtack and things like that. What the military's used to, like if you go back, a couple hundred years, hardtack was, I mean, I think that there's still a few intact examples of hardtack from like the 1800s. It's probably still edible. It probably tastes as bad as it did back then.
Does it taste as bad as it sounds? Because that's a hardtack.
Yeah, that's basically
the terrible name.
It's basically a biscuit that.
There you go. Get you some of that apple jelly. Did you want some of this? You want to take the first top one or no?
Yeah. Whoa! It just.
I tell you, man. I told you, man.
So they're not nearly as crispy as the German ones.
You might be snorting your crackers too if you have a hard day, a hard hike.
I don't. It's like. And again, I think the thing to keep in mind too is that the different militaries put different priorities on different things. So.
Jelly's kind of a disappointing one. Like I used to love when they came with the peanut butter because again, you could just kind of tear a corner off, and that was a little more mobile. Jelly.
Yeah, because you could just eat the peanut butter. You don't need the cracker. Oh my God, the cracker's coming apart. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Well, lesson 9. Okay, I'll just say this. If the cracker didn't have the jelly,
terrible.
I'm not sure I would enjoy that too much.
Terrible. You might choke and die. They're very dry.
Well, that rye bread was also kind of bad.
The rye bread, yeah, right up there with it.
Okay.
Yeah, they're crackers.
It's okay. It's good.
They're crackers.
I wouldn't go crazy over it, but
I actually like the bread. The dehydrated bread was actually pretty good. Sometimes they had Cheese Whiz.
No, how do they present the bread?
In the same
kind of vacuum
just like
pack?
in this, yep, just like a cookie kind of. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if the cookie just looks like a chocolate flavored bread. To be honest with you.
Okay, now it's been about 5 minutes.
We have made a mess.
Well, I'll clean it up after. All right, and we do this kind of just for fun. I know people get preoccupied with why aren't I fixing bugs? Well, not all of us write code. So, yes, there are things that can be done, but we all have our specialty.
And ours, eating MREs, guys. Yep. These are the gifts we're given, Consuming food, that's me.
Ooh, I may have let it cool.
All right.
Start to take this out. Oops, this is really...
We're having a little mess up.
This is very hot, so I'm going to do
You got to reach in there and grab it, Daryl. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, probably could just grab that right there.
Wow.
You gotta be careful because steam is actually hotter than boiling water.
You definitely worked in the kitchen, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, okay. So, I'm gonna cover this up again. So we're gonna need to reboil that for the pizza.
Oh, for the
I'm
pizza.
gonna bring that heat back up again. And then now... Oh.
So you got two, so
oh, yeah,
you
so
got two tearing here. Yeah.
I'll let a pro do this.
So typically...
Okay.
This one actually doesn't have it. So some of them have see how it's perforated right here?
Yeah.
So you would tear this,
yeah,
and you could eat out of this.
Oh,
right?
That makes sense. Yeah.
So because you don't come with bowls or anything, right?
Right.
And some of them actually tear also this way, and the same kind of thing. So this is really hot, so we're actually having trouble even holding it right now.
Oh, but you're right. It's perforated on both sides here.
Yeah.
Like it's got the little starter guide.
You got it? We might just shoot vegetarian taco everywhere.
Okay.
There you go, just like that. So actually, what
should I rip it all the way through?
It doesn't matter.
Okay,
as long as it doesn't
I'll
make a
leave
mess.
it there. Yeah, okay.
So we can actually get in there and show a little bit. You got it?
Let's see. Can the camera see this? Because I don't want it to spill out.
It's good.
Is that enough of an angle?
So this is vegetarian chili mac, which, you know, or vegetarian.
Well, I don't want it to spill out, so
vegetarian taco.
I don't think I can go much more than that angle. Okay, so what I'll do is let's put it in the plate.
All right.
And then, oh yeah, so it's kind of like a chili mac, yeah.
I'm not sure what the brown stuff is if it's vegetarian, but it's okay.
It's
meat flavor packets.
It's probably the meat substitute.
Okay.
Like they do for the vegetarian hamburgers and stuff.
So yeah, normally we would have those in the box actually. So, so when you rip it open, you put it back in the box, you can kind of hold the cardboard and just go to town on it.
Okay, well, this is like, sorry, let me grab you a spoon.
That's fine. I can use this one. What's wrong with that one?
Oh,
that's a massive spoon. Yeah, I'll use this one.
Yeah. Well, we're kind of using it for cooking, but I guess we'll have to reuse it. Okay, I'll just do this. Because I can't stick this into boiling water again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. It's boiling water. I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, well, that's true.
We've had, like I said, a lot of adventures together.
So here it is. Yeah, we're sharing a plate of, this is like Lady in the Tramp.
You start from one end of the spoon, I'll start from the other.
Yeah, okay.
It's going to be hot. Be careful.
Okay. Hey, that's not bad.
Not bad at all.
That's not bad. You know, I have to admit, I haven't had one in a while. They've definitely improved.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have definitely
improved.
I
said, I talked a lot of crap about the vegetarians last time. The pastas were always pretty solid, though. It's the veggie burger. It's a weird one.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, those are just...
And I think there's a couple breakfast ones in there that you're like, all right, I don't know that I'm mentally prepared to kind of...
Do they have eggs? Because it seems like eggs would be really hard to keep.
Jeez, I don't even remember. What was in the vegetarian one? I remember eating the Pop-Tarts and throwing the rest of it away. Like, it had like a Pop-Tart style thing in there, pastry in there. I don't think they were eggs.
So it's a chili. I think for the sake of... Because there's lots of different people who are eating this, it's not particularly spicy. It's like what you'd get in a canned chili. It's got a good color to it. The pasta actually maintains its form. It doesn't completely disintegrate when I bite into it. So
it is pretty soft, though. Yeah.
Oh, well,
because you could eat these cold. You can eat these cold, essentially. Yeah.
But it's certainly not at the point where it's just completely disintegrated and floppy. Because actually, there was one ration that I had that was like that. It was really miserable. Yeah,
I forgot too. I think the military MREs come with hot sauce. Little mini bottles of hot sauce in them. So you're talking about the spice. That would be an option you could just dump. They're like that big. They're actually kind of cool. They're like that big, and I think they're name brand. I think they're Reds. Hot sauce.
Yeah.
So you could kind of dump that in there, and
so this is pretty good. I actually really enjoy this.
This is one of the things, you could definitely eat.
And again, also this tells you something, right? Like different countries, every nationality, there's taste of home kind of feeling, and depending where you grew up, you're going to have different things that are going to feel like home to you. Like we're talking about pâté.
Sure.
Like I enjoy pâté and everything else, but if you don't grow up with pâté or sausage or something like that, you're not going to really think about that.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
But chili, on the other hand, very accessible.
Very good, yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
We've also got some applesauce here to go with that chili. Interesting pairing. Okay. I don't know if I'd pair applesauce with chili.
Well, I assume it's some random thing. I'm going to start heating up one of these.
I don't really know how to distribute this to you. Do you have like any bowls over there at all?
Hold on. Well, let's. You want to just? Why don't you, like, eat the applesauce straight out of the? Because I think that'll work way better as out of the tube.
Okay.
Sorry.
Would you can't both eat it. Would you know something? Well, we could. Do you know something about the applesauce that I don't know?
No.
Okay.
Let me add a little bit more water.
So it just says normal applesauce on here. Applesauce enhanced with maltodextrin for increased performance.
Well, wait, increased performance? Why are we worried about the applesauce's performance? I assume that means...
I'm assuming it means my performance. Do you know what maltodextrin is?
Oh, excuse me.
It's a little too high up. Maltodextrin.
Is that better? Okay.
That doesn't sound like... all right, well...
I don't know.
I'm just going to kind of...
Well, just... Come on. How bad could it be?
I should have tried it before the chili mac, I feel like, because the chili mac is such an overpowering my taste buds right now.
Yeah.
Try this again. It's, texture-wise, it tastes...
It's just applesauce.
That means applesauce keeps on. I think on its shelf life is actually pretty good by itself. Isn't it?
Yeah. Applesauce, on the other hand, is not. I mean, that's why you make applesauce, is to preserve apples. So, well, one reason. So, by cooking it, you can preserve it.
Is applesauce normally refrigerated? I feel like this would be really good colder.
Well, I mean, I refrigerate mine when I eat it.
Yeah.
But, okay, well, anyway.
It's not bad. It's just it's sweet. It's a sweet little dish there. It's not bad at all.
It's a little bit of a fruit pick-me-up. Mm-hmm. So, do you want to... You don't have to finish it because we have a lot of other things to do.
Well, not bad. Oh, the cookie?
Yeah, cookies.
All right.
Taking this away?
Chocolate chip cookie TFF.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
That's
interesting.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
That is interesting. These things, I love these. These are so easy to open.
Oh, yeah, so retort packages. That's something that I think was invented in the States. Somehow you tend to only see it with these kind of meals. I brought this in, not for any specific reason, but this is... Oh, you got the cookie.
I got the cookie. You want me to put it away for now?
No, this is the cookie first.
This is a big cookie. I mean, this is why they get big bucks at the basic training.
Is there one cookie? Or
There's only one. Sorry, buddy. No, we'll split it down the middle here.
I'll just split it then. Okay.
I don't really...
Just break it. It doesn't have to be even. I'm not...
Oh, that was actually pretty even.
Oh, wow. Actually, you did a really good job. Okay.
It's got... So it's kind of... It's not like it's a drier cookie. Like, you can tell it's not like your fresh baked cookie that you're getting out of an oven.
No, actually, this is really good. This is definitely... I mean, it's still a commercial cookie. Mm-hmm. So it's definitely the kind of cookie you would get... It's like a large cookie you get.
It's like a big famous Amos cookie.
Yeah. It's good. Mm-hmm. It's quite good. You said it's enhanced? No, that was applesauce.
That was applesauce.
Okay.
This is the TFF, which I don't know what that means. Please let us know, chat, if you know what that stands for. That's pretty good. Yeah. It's got a... the aftertaste is a little weird. It's got like a little fake... I think it's the fake sugar, maybe. Sugar aftertaste.
I feel like all of the cookies that you get in those pre-made packages are kind of like this, as opposed to freshly baked cookies. That's why, this is the disadvantage of preservatives. Okay. Oh, good. Okay.
What were you telling us? I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
No, right. No. I interrupted you. I was going to say, this is something that I noticed, is that retort packages, which you find all the MREs and stuff like that, I believe it was invented in the U.S.
So you mean specifically, sorry, just for clarification, these types of packages, these vacuum sealed...
Vacuum sealed kind of packages instead of like a can, right? Because military rations used to be in cans. Mm-hmm. And so, actually this is, now in this case it's military themed because that's what I happen to have on my desk, but this is basically curry, a Japanese curry. And it's just like you said, there's a cardboard box and then there's one of these retort packages inside. And to give you an example of what the package looks inside, it would look something like this. So that's actually you can find it at the grocery store on the shelf for a lot of things that in the U.S. you still buy in a can or a bottle, which I find interesting because we invented it.
I think the Uncle Ben's 90-second rice.
Yeah, I mean there are products that have it.
That style of packaging.
Right. And it's weird though because you go to another country's grocery store and you'll see the shelves, almost all the products are in this kind of packaging. Mm-hmm. Just difference. I think the problem is that they don't pack as tightly. Mm-hmm. Probably something to do with shipping and stuff.
Those packages are actually kind of annoying to have in my pantry. They fall over all the time. They're really messy.
They don't line up.
They don't stack nicely like cans.
They don't stack nicely. I think the big difference that we have, this is cultural, right, is that Americans, and I've said this before, Americans tend to buy for the whole week. A lot of other countries, you only buy for the day or maybe a couple days. It's so you buy less at any one sitting, so you don't need to store as much. Mm-hmm. But that's also why they have less emphasis on preservatives. Okay. Ooh. Okay, that's been in there for a little while.
I'm not reaching into that one.
No, that's not.
I couldn't imagine shopping every day.
Well, I'll tell you.
But I guess maybe it's like a 3-second thing because you're just on the way home.
Yeah, if it's on the way home, the grocery stores aren't as big. You don't drive there. It's like if you're in a commuter country where there's a lot of trains and stuff like that, you basically pick it up on the way home from the station.
Okay. So, it's not like a big event like it is here for us. I'm going to the grocery store. I'll be back in 2 hours.
Yeah, where you get in the car, fight with other people, to get
punching babies. And I was there the other day, and there was a child by itself, kind of walking down there. Well, it wasn't by itself. It was with his mom, but his mom had left him behind. Mm-hmm. Eyes closed, walking straight at me, just walking in the middle of the aisle. So I stopped the cart so I don't run him over. keeps his eyes closed, and I just watch him just run face first into my cart. And then look at me like I was in the way. And I'm like, where's your mom? What's going on? I'm sorry about your bloody nose. But I taught him a valuable lesson, which is don't close your eyes and walk in a busy
busy store. Okay, well, here's the big moment now. So we've been heating this up.
This is what, 30 years in the making, you said?
Yeah.
20 years in the making.
30 years in...
Ooh.
Ooh. Okay, well...
Maybe this one needs to go back in there for a little bit.
Let's put it in a little bit longer. I think that...
This is like rice pudding all over again here.
Yeah, okay. So obviously, this one, because it's new, I don't think we know what the heating instructions are.
I'm just going to kind of, so this doesn't slide forward.
That certainly looks like frozen pizza.
This, I believe, is below what your first grader gets at the cafeteria.
Yeah, okay. Well, they've been working really hard on this.
Ooh. I hope one guy's not hanging his entire career on the...
Well, someone probably did hang their entire career. I'm going to eat this cookie because that'll make me feel better.
Yeah, you eat the happiness because you got a belly full of sadness coming, it looks like.
I thought that'd go a little longer. Okay, so...
But, some people are into the cold pizza thing, too. So, again, you can eat this straight out of the package. And that's what Darold's going to do for this next section.
I intend to. That's why that's why I didn't heat one out.
I was joking, but okay. It doesn't sound fun.
No, I mean, it's a valid test.
Yeah, right. And probably more important sometimes than the heated version because, if you've got to eat on the run.
Because if you don't have that luxury, or, you're dead tired and the last thing you want to worry about
is setting
your chocolate.
Mastered breadsticks? Or, any other thing that can go with this?
I don't think so. Do you want to try it?
Let's just dig in there.
Cut it. I can cut it with a spoon. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's all thick breading. I'm going to show this too.
Yeah.
So it's like thick, not a lot of sauce. A cheese-like substance on top.
As you can see, the cheese is, it's not melty, but again, maybe that's just the amount of heat. Although I'm looking at this cheese and it looks like it's set in place. Okay.
It's like the pizza bites that you buy frozen.
It's very much like a frozen pizza.
Just those little you just throw 40 of them. I don't know what normal portion is. I throw 40 of them in the oven.
So let me say this though, okay?
Okay.
For it tasting basically like the store-bought frozen pizza.
But it
can last
4 years.
Years at tropical temperature conditions without refrigeration or any kind of proper storage, and it should be roughly the same. That's not bad.
I think the dough's not bad.
Yeah, I heard that was the bread is the real hard part, right?
I feel like the dough is not bad. I just feel like the stuff on top is.
Well, let's see if a little bit of heat helps that out because I do suspect that'll be the case. But okay, it's not. It's not like
it's not award-winning, but
right. It's not like pizza from your favorite.
Like if it was me, I would pick the chili mac over this. I think.
But for variety's sake, wouldn't you?
Well, that's the thing is if you maybe had had some of these other ones.
Thing over and over.
Because they are. I mean, even though there's a bunch of different types of pastas in there.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, the taco is the same thing as the other one. So I mean, there are some similar ones.
That was taco pasta. It
was right.
Very much chili pasta.
Right. There's a chili one as well. There's a chili mac, which is going to be very similar to vegetarian taco.
Right. So obviously they don't actually differentiate between that. Yeah. So I think variety-wise, it's important. Sorry, let me adjust my mic. So I think variety-wise, it's important for them to get some variety in there. So should we try the cold?
I was just going to look at it and see if it had any cool names or anything.
Let's be brave. Let's be brave.
All right.
Let's be brave. Let's have this.
I should have saved some of my electrolyte-infused grape water.
I got some water here. I feel like the heating did almost nothing for this.
All right, so keep yours there.
Yeah. So
they're the exact same essentially.
Yeah, the cold one and the heated up one. So maybe we just need to heat it up more. We'll see when we heat it up more. But looking at that cheese, I don't think it's going to melt anymore.
I don't know that's cheese, so I would be surprised if it did melt.
Yeah. Well, are you going to partake in any of this?
I'm going to partake. Okay, I'm not going to let you have all the fun.
Oh, it's kind of crumbly now. Interesting.
Oh, it's like a cracker almost.
Yeah, in this state. Yeah. In this state, it's kind of okay. Cold. By the way, I'm a huge fan of cold pizza, so it'll be interesting. Okay. When I think of this as cold pizza, I think I'm more on board.
Because you're like, your expectations are a little low. You're not expecting like
Well, so the reason why I like cold pizza is that the texture of everything changes a little bit, right?
Sure.
It's more dense.
Right.
It's a little bit more chewy. And this is exactly what this is.
This is kind of like cold pizza.
This is basically cold pizza. Yeah. So this is like, so if I view this from the point of view of cold pizza, hey, that's not bad. You know, if I'm 5,000 miles from the nearest American-style pizza joint, this is probably also a godsend. But yeah, I mean, it's.
I think it would be nice to have that tomato flavor, like, you know, it's separate. I mean, it is different, which I think is the biggest thing, right? It's the variety.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, should we see how more heat's gone, or should we let it go?
I mean, I put that in there. I mean, that's a lot more. Let me check. Do you think maybe because it's not submerged?
I'm sure it makes some difference, but not a ton.
I mean, I have the lid closed too.
Yeah, it's hot in there. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, that's really hot. Like the steam is just like. Okay, well, let's try it. Let's try it. Let me get another plate.
Some sugar or some salt or anything?
Now, here's where the hot sauce would have been really cool. Okay.
Yeah, actually, it's a good point.
All right, let's try this. Let's clear it up. Let's go for it.
Got your scooping spoon.
Shoot, I used this to cut the pizza. Well,
that's all right.
It'll be fine. It'll live.
Round 3.
Round 3.
How much do each of these cost?
I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't buy them.
3 for $20?
Oh, okay. Wow, so $7. It would be cheaper to order out.
Steep. Yeah, Little Caesars, $5, 2 times as much.
Of course, I think ordering. Okay, so texture-wise now, see,
looks a little better.
It's more.
And I think we got a better slice of pizza this time than the cold one was.
Yeah, it's
remember
weird
the cold one?
you know how like people fight over the edge pieces versus the middle pieces.
That you can't really do that here because you don't know what you're going to get. But
so it looks visually about the same, but what I will say is that the texture is a lot more pliable now. Mm-hmm. So that's something to be said for it.
The cold one wasn't dry though. I mean, it wasn't like
no, like I said, what it really reminds you of that dense cold, you know, pizza the morning after, you know.
All right.
You order the hot pizza. Okay, well. Okay. The other one wasn't far off. It was about.
It's just warmer, I think. Maybe.
Yeah, a little bit.
Taste-wise, it's the exact same. Texture-wise, the same.
Okay. Well.
How many of these bad boys do you think you could take down?
Oh, no.
That sounds like an episode we should do. Is
no.
How many MRE pizzas can
you know how many calories there are in one of these slices? I mean,
I don't want to know.
It's quite a bit.
I don't want to know.
It's over 250. Oh, wrong one. No, that's the right one. 280 calories from fat, 110. You know, so we were talking about this whole thing about the laxatives and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I read something that was interesting. They said that MREs are typically lower fiber than if you're eating normal food.
Okay.
Because there's a lot less like actual like raw vegetables or uncooked vegetables and things like that. So maybe that's where the whole laxative story came from? Because we were talking about the laxatives last time, right?
Yeah, and I mean, there are a ton of calories too, you know. So I wonder, you know, if you were to eat 3 of these bad boys and you weren't doing a ton of physical activity, you know, I don't know. Yeah, like I never believed the laxative thing, but that being said, wasn't really in the mood for gum half the time anyway. So.
Okay, well, anyway.
Well, that's pretty much it, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I think.
So you excited for these to hit the full MRE package?
So it'll be interesting to see if this becomes like one of those loved or hated things, because they've obviously been working on it really hard. Like, there's actually a lot of technology involved in this. I even saw a video clip. I know it's a weird thing to get preoccupied with, but I was watching a video program that the Army released on the R&D that went into this, and it's crazy the things that they were worried about because of like the moisture content in the bread would cause it to go bad and all these other things. But then if they took out too much water, it would taste like terrible and it wouldn't be very pliable or anything.
How do they test the shelf life of these things? Do they have something that can like accelerate conditions?
Yeah.
Like
so what they do is that they bring it to temperatures because it's supposed to survive I think 3 years at 80 degrees. What they do is that they put it for like 2 years at 100 degrees. Or there's some formula
so
that
they have
use.
they can.
they have a test calibration for that. So basically, like they test it at a certain temperature that's higher than its normal standard temperature to simulate a longer period of time.
Okay.
But
interesting.
You know, like these food science things, because otherwise it would take like 3 or 4 years for them.
Well, right, and that's to find out that maybe your formula didn't work, and then you got to iterate on it. Maybe that's why it took 30 years. You know?
Well, like I said, you know, it's been a long time, and 6 years specifically on the pizza project. I think hamburgers and pizzas are the ones that everyone's always requesting.
Right.
Like I noticed that like when my experience is that whenever I was on a base, there's usually a handful of restaurants that you always see there. Like
Burger King. There's always a Burger King.
And a Taco Bell, right?
There must be some deal that's cut, like with the government.
Is it Pizza Hut? I think it's Pizza Hut. Or
I'm sure there's one of the chains.
Domino's or Pizza Hut. I can't remember. Yeah, but every time I went on a base, I would always find like the same. Like
I do remember Burger King because I never saw them as much until I was on base. And you see them all the time.
There was a time when I was trying to be vegetarian, and I was on a military base, and I ordered the vegetarian burger at the Burger King.
How was that?
She stared at me for a good 3 minutes.
She probably didn't know how to make it.
Yeah, they were like,
we don't know what frozen patty that is.
Yeah, and eventually
that should have been a red flag.
Yeah, I should have just canceled my order then. And then I got it. I was like, wow, this is
just bread. This is just bread.
And this is not right. Like they didn't know how to cook it. So I'm definitely not a vegetarian now, as you can see. Yeah.
It's weird the pizza's not vegetarian, but the pasta was.
Yeah.
But it's got little pepperoni, sausage bite things on there.
Pepperoni kind of
I think you have to have that on there, yeah.
Because the cheese, I think so. It's a double whammy. The bread is hard and the cheese is hard.
Sure.
So given all of those factors, I say that this is okay. I mean, it's like having frozen pizza.
It's little bagel bites. Or the little pizza bagel bites.
So don't expect like like a slice of Italian.
Not deep dish.
Yeah.
Not New York style.
Not New York or anything like that. But if you're out in the field, it's something.
It's something different.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, well.
Yeah. Thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah, thanks.
If you have any suggestions or questions or
recommendations.
Yeah, or MREs lying around. I saw a couple guys send us some pictures of. They had some military-grade MREs they were holding on to.
Yeah.
He was asking for cash, too. I'm going to turn you into the police.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about that. Yeah, the legality of all of that. So anyway, in any case, thank you very much.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.